Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hey there. All right, this morning I am on my walking pad. If you want to join me, get on your walking pad. If you don't have one yet, I've got one in my showcase. You can join us next time. Getting our steps in for the day early, or at least getting off to a good start. And I have a few questions I'm going to answer from people who were following me on Facebook last week. And they asked me a few things about plant-based diets. If you missed it yesterday, I was talking about, I did a cooking demo or meal prep session, making a plant-based dish. I will post the replay later on YouTube if you want to check that out. I am at Well Diva on YouTube. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions. Someone asked me, how can someone start eating more plant-based without feeling restricted? And you're welcome to ask any questions you have here as well. Tap the screen so I know you're here, so I can see those hearts, okay? Just triple, quadruple tap, tap, tap the screens. All right. So the first question is, how can someone start eating more plant-based without feeling restricted? So I guess, because I've been eating plant-based for so long, so I don't feel restricted, never did. Man, I probably need a little more clarification on this question, but I'm guessing maybe she wants to, I don't know. I feel like you have such a large variety of foods that are not meat. There's like way more food that's not meat. And I think people focus so heavily on what they can't have that they don't realize what they can have. So, I mean, we got broccoli and we got kale and cauliflower and asparagus and corn, and I mean so many different vegetables that you can eat. And then we have beans, peas, and lentils. Those are different ways to get protein. We have other ways of getting protein. We have nuts and seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a good one. Pistachios are a complete protein. Tofu is another one. A lot of people don't like tofu. I think most of the people that don't like tofu have not had it prepared properly. And I mean, I'm going to do I think I'll do a whole cooking demo on that because there's so many things you can do with tofu. And there's different ways to enhance the texture, and then there's different types of tofu. I had someone recently tell me she got tofu, but she got the soft one when it probably should have been the firm or the extra firm. Makes a huge difference. I'll get back to that in a minute. But anyway, so I will see, this was from Dr. Michelle, that question. So I'll see her on Wednesday and get a little bit more clarification. But Dr. Michelle, if you happen to join this live, explain a little bit more what you wanted to know about not feeling restricted. Okay. And then she also asked, how can she ease into a plant-based diet? I would say just take it one day a week where you're just eating a plant-based diet. If this is what you want to transition into, because I think somebody else asked that same. Yep, someone else, Nicole, asked me, how can I transition into a plant-based lifestyle? You can take it one day per week that you're just doing plant-based. And you can notice how your body feels. Are you getting hungry quicker? Then you're not getting enough protein. You need to know your plant-based proteins in order to get enough protein. You need to know how much protein you need. Most women over 40, over 50, which most of the ladies that I coach in nutrition, that's the age group, we need like 90 grams or more of protein. Okay. So if you're not doing any animal products, including dairy, because a lot of people do Greek yogurt and eggs, even though they don't eat meat. If you're not doing any of those, you especially need to know all of the plant-based proteins that are available to you. I didn't mention another one, seitan, which I don't like. That's why I didn't mention it. But some people do. It's spelled S-E-I-T-A-N. And then there's another texturized vegetable protein. And it's usually like little crumbles, kind of looks like ground beef. And there's another one, Vital Wheat Gluten. And that one you can take it and manipulate it and make hamburgers and make like plant-based brisket. I've done that, but it's gluten. It's wheat, so I don't eat a whole lot of that myself because I've had a reaction to eating large amounts of gluten in the past. So if you don't do gluten, of course, that's not a good option. But like I said before, nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds being a real good one, pistachios being a complete protein. Those are all options. Now, lentils have recently become one of my favorites, especially the itty bitty caviar lentils that they give you at Cava. Those are they call them caviar lentils. Those are the black lentils. They're a little bit more firm than your regular lentils. But I like those. They don't really have much of a different taste, but I think I like the texture of the little tiny ones. And one thing about lentils, when you're cooking them, you should salt them towards the end of the cooking process. They only take like 15 minutes to cook. But right at the end is where you put your salt in. Otherwise, if you start out with salt, lentils or beans, if you start out with salt, they will seem like they'll never cook. They seize up and they stay firm. So if you're having any issues with cooking those, that might be the problem. Okay? I see you all, but I don't see any hearts, so I don't know if you're watching. Come on in. I think that means you're just passing by and you have not clicked the join the live. I think that's what that means. I'm kind of new at this going live, you guys, so come on in, click the join the live. Hi, NYC, I see you. Hi, Landa, I see you. Thank you for joining me. And I see other people, but I don't think you guys have joined. But tap the screen so we can see the hearts. And if you keep tapping, then you'll see the confetti. Okay, let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna go back to answering questions about plant-based diet. That's the bulk of the questions that I got when I asked what people wanted me to talk about. For those who don't know me, I am Renee. I'm known as Well Diva, and I am a plant-based chef, registered dietitian, hypnotherapist, and positive psychology coach. I help you live a life that is more happy, healthy, and fly. And I take women on trips and retreats all over the world. We are headed to Tanzania soon. But if you'd like to join us on one of our travel experiences, we will be going to Vietnam later this year and a couple other places. You can just visit us at welldiva.com. You might see that link in my bio, but if not, just go to welldiva.com and you'll see the places we're going. We're also going to Ghana, and that's next year. All right, so back to the questions. Someone said, what are some easy and delicious plant-based meals without mushrooms? I got that question yesterday too. We were in the live doing the cooking demo. Someone was telling me, not a question, but she was letting me know she didn't like mushrooms, and she felt like all the plant-based options are mushrooms. It's funny, I hadn't really noticed that, but I think it's because I do more of my cooking at home. I don't go out a whole lot for plant-based, but if I do, see, they usually offer like pasta at a lot of places. I love a good veggie burger. But the mushroom, I think they're talking about like, they'll do like a breaded mushroom and make it into a burger or something like that. But some easy and delicious plant-based meals without mushrooms. I do a lot of Thai dishes. So I'll do like Thai and Vietnamese flavors. So I'll take the lentils and season them and make them kind of like Vietnamese flavors. I do a lot of quinoa and I do a lot of tofu. And I take the tofu and I'll either crumble it or grate it and stir fry it with some Thai seasonings. Put that over the quinoa or brown rice. White rice is my last choice. So that's some of the things that I would recommend. Tofu, lentils, quinoa. Those are the three that I probably cook the most myself. Okay. And so those, I think that's all my plant-based. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. I would like to know how to get more protein in our diets when we go plant-based. I kind of answered that already. For those who are just joining us or joining me, I am Renee Simpson. I am a plant-based chef, registered dietitian, and hypnotherapist. So I also help you with your mindset about making healthy changes in your life or whatever changes. And I'm a positive psychology coach. I'm not accepting any new nutrition clients on the platform where I accept insurance. I'm fully booked out there. But if you're interested in connecting with me in other ways, you can visit my website, welldiva.com. If you're interested in coaching, you can visit me at heal, HEAL.me/welldiva. Okay. All right, let's see. Another question I see here. She said how to make plant-based tacos. Okay, we did tacos last week, my daughter and I. We did cauliflower tacos because that's one of her favorites. Take the cauliflower, season it like you would taco meat. Put it on a sheet pan. I put other veggies on there. I put red onion. I just sliced up the red onion. I put bell peppers. I think that was it. And I put all that on the sheet pan, put it in the oven while I prepared lentils. And I also seasoned the lentils like they were chili. And I put them on top of the stove and cooked them. I did the little caviar lentils that I just talked about. And that was the protein for the meal. Okay. She said, I know to use walnuts instead of ground beef, but okay, she's looking for something because you can do walnut meat tacos. Those are good too. I've only done that like once or twice, but the walnut meat option is very good. You can Google that if you're not familiar with that. The cauliflower is not really giving you the protein that you need, so that's why I did the lentils. So cauliflower was just because my daughter really likes cauliflower tacos. But whenever you see cauliflower as a dish, it's lacking protein. Which brings me to another topic. So over the weekend, we went to a restaurant that was vegan, all plant-based, but there was hardly any protein on the menu. I didn't understand that. I mean, I know you get protein from plants, but it's like you really got to eat quite a bit if you don't have beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, tofu. Like the other options, I guess, like I said, the Vital Wheat gluten, I don't even think that was on the menu. seitan, that wasn't on the menu. Like, there was like, I don't think there was anything that was a good source of protein. I just didn't get that. I didn't understand why a plant-based restaurant should definitely make sure there's protein. And that's the issue that I noticed at a lot of restaurants. If there is a plant-based option on the menu and the restaurant is not a plant-based restaurant, the option usually doesn't have much protein. So I don't know if I don't know if they're just not getting that people who follow a plant-based diet need protein like everybody else, or if they don't think about food in terms of protein and carb. I'm kind of thinking that must be the case. I don't know. It's definitely an opportunity for me to work with some of these chefs, because we definitely want our protein like everybody else. All right, so I'm about to wrap it up for today. I'm gonna come back on. I'm gonna come on every morning, y'all. So just meet me here at 7:30. Some days I may walk outside, but because I have my dogs, I'd have to walk the dogs and try to hold the phone. So I'm trying to see if I want to do all that. So, but yeah, join me tomorrow morning, 7:30, 7:35, somewhere around that time. If you have questions about plant-based diet, if you have questions about cooking your plant-based foods to make them taste better, if you have questions about changing your mindset around eating healthy, living healthy, anything around changing your mindset to make your life more of what you love. We can talk about travel. Like I said, we travel all over the world. Send me any questions you have. You can DM me with the questions, or you can go on welldiva.com and at the top, click contact and click the subscribe button if you want to stay abreast of all of what Well Diva has going on. Okay. All right, I got one heart. Anybody else want to send me a heart? Just tap the screen, tap like 3, 4, 5 times and send me a couple hearts. If you can hear my voice, tap my screen, tap your screen, send me a couple of hearts. Anybody, please. Thank you. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great, blessed, and wonderful day. Bye-bye.